Good evening, my friends, and welcome to another amazing stream. Today is kind of a special day. I wanted to play more Mario Sunshine, so here I am. This is definitely going to be one of the games I'm going to play over the long span of just the next couple of years over and over again. Because like I said, I always like to replay some of the classics from my childhood, just because why not? I mean, if you don't play games that you think are fun, I mean, what is playing video games? Here we go. I'm never actually going to play any of the other games in this collection, I feel, at this rate. I might do Mario 64 at some point, but the thing is if I'm going to play Mario 64, I kind of feel like, by the way, Home is a great artist. I kind of feel like I want to play the DS version. I really wish they would re-release that and make an updated port of that. Because I actually like the DS version. I think it's probably the best version. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start from here. Because that way we could skip the airship. It's the tutorial mission, basically. Oh, no. Oh, I gotta do it after this. Okay, you can skip it. I didn't know you could skip this. Oh, that's lit. Okay, that's actually, like, legitimately a perfect save. Alright, anyway. But yeah, I definitely think that I want to do Metroid. I think I want to do Metroid Prime 2 in the very, very near future. I'm going to test out, like, some of my Wii sensor bars and stuff. Because I have them set up. I just haven't, like, actually done anything to test them. Why is there a crate here? Yeah, this doesn't come back later. That crate is unique for this portion of the game alone. Which I think is pretty cool. Like, I legitimately don't remember that at all. Alright, we're good. We're not gonna get fucked with too much. By the way, welcome Ash. Hopefully you feel better. Fever. If it makes you feel any better, I was kind of congested most of today, so I actually didn't get to record the stuff that I wanted to. And I feel kind of bad about it. Pain in my kidneys and ears, and I'm replaying Let's Go Eevee. Well, Let's Go Eevee is the superior choice by far. To the point I'm probably never going to play Let's Go Pikachu, even though I bought it. I do feel kind of bad about that. I think the text is probably like the best upgrade for this, because the text on a lot of GameCube games kind of throws me off now. It's one of those things that you don't notice is different until you play the original, and you can clearly tell it's a very different experience. Like when I booted up, what was it, Twilight Princess just a couple days ago. It definitely was like, I don't know, man. It was interesting to say the least. Oh wow, that's fucking bodied. What? Where'd he go? Oh, okay. I think he's invincible. Yeah, he is. We're not going to 100% the game at all. We're just going to try to beat the game in 3 hours, which I have done before. That's an old fucking stream, though. A long time. That was one of my, in my opinion, my favorite streams. And I told Mr. Shin Midori Tensei as much. I am on the wrong tab. I apologize. Thank you. I always get that wrong somehow. Do you think that the border around this is actually, like, really necessary? I feel like the border for the streams, like, it makes it unique, but I don't know if it's really necessary, you know? I might change that. There's a couple changes around the channel I want to make in, like, the next couple of months. I really wish you could catch yourself off of that. That would be, like, super cool. I like the borders. Alright, I'll keep it. And listen, anyone else who watches this video can give feedback. But you gotta watch the video. The people who come to my streams have a ton of power over the streams, usually, maybe. Like, legitimately, right now, I would play Persona 5 if and only if I wasn't, like, reasonably confident I'd get a strike. And that is one of the things that kind of, like, I'm worried about and why I don't want to play Persona 5. Because I play Persona 5 on stream, and then that would lead into strikers. But I really genuinely don't want to get a strike. Because I know how Atlas is. I have Persona 5 Royal. I would love to do it. And I'm too worried that Atlas is going to strike me. Probably not, right? But again, you know what? You want to take the chance? I'm trying not to get my fucking channel deleted over some dumb shit. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'll be completely honest with you. If I'm going out, I want it to be for something that I actually feel is worthwhile. Not because I played one weeaboo game that one company gets anal about. Because a couple years ago, people were like, why would you censor this in your videos? People say all this in their videos, and they're fine. And I mean, now look at 2021 YouTube. I mean, I'm right for reasons I couldn't know I was right for, but I'm still right all the same. It doesn't make me feel any better that I was right about this. Tomorrow is horse therapy, and then ENT in the morning. Wait, so which is coming first, the ENT? I like how that pushed me, by the way. Hopefully the ENT is a short little thing, because my experiences with ENTs has been amazing. I love them. One of my favorite doctor's appointments. The only doctor I like better than the ENT is, what's it called? The eye doctor. But I don't know if you'd really consider that on the same level. I have always had good experiences going to the eye doctor. My vision is terrible uncorrected. Not complete. Well, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Dentist is probably number 3, but that's because I've never had any cavities or toothaches or problems with my teeth. I've been pretty good about that. I didn't get the jump. That's kind of bad. Because trust me, I would love to do whatever. I hate this. I mean, I love this cutscene, but I hate that you can't skip it. So I wish we could get a version of Metroid Prime that's just legitimately like a first-person shooter. And you could still have the lock-on, right? Like, you could still do that. Oh, shit. Just because you have the ability to actually aim around wouldn't invalidate the control scheme. I think they drop water at a pretty high rate. Oh, shit. I'll reach out after this, sorry. I apologize. I got it. Once I feel better, I like to do a Pokemon podcast. I watched a quarter of your podcast this morning, but I couldn't do any more due to how bad I was feeling. Or even 9 Kami review, since I recommended it. Yeah, no, totally. If you want to give a review of Okami, I'm totally fine with that. Oh, fuck. And they came from nothing, too, by the way. Wow, that's how little more he needed. And ENT's at 8 a.m. Okay, so it's first. That's good. Yeah, I mean, I did it with Double Prime, who's been a long-time podcast member. It was sort of a special thing. You know, most of the people who I used to do the podcast with are either busy most of the time or they just have no interest. And to be fair, I also kind of evolved it a little bit. I think it's just better as me doing stuff. Just in general. Speaking of reviews, I still have 3 reviews to fucking release, which is not great, and I'm behind on that. And I already recorded 2 of them. No, did I record Valhalla? Yeah, I have 4 reviews, but one of them, it's one video is 2 reviews in one. and then I was gonna record the Crash 4 review, and then they started fucking drilling in the side of my building. So I was like, okay, well that's not like as soon as like middle of the fucking recording, mind you, I'm like, oh, I'm talking about Crash 4, talking about Crash 4. I actually should find that, honestly, because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're drilling, and like I know what they had to do, and for once, actually, what they did actually, you know, worked out, which is rare. So I'm glad for it, but I was legitimately like, really? Because bear in mind, they've been doing this for a long time, and every time they say they fixed it, and of course, when it comes to like, you know, bureaucratic shit, they're like, yeah, we did it, totally, it's fine, it's cool, and then I'll be like, okay, sure, so they fixed it, and it's about the hot water in the bathroom specifically, right? So it's like, if you want to take a shower, like, you know right away what temperature is a good temperature for a shower. I don't think I need to explain that to anyone over the age of like 9. But they'll say, oh, don't worry, we fixed it, we got everything done. You go and you take a shower, it's a fucking ice bath. Did I kill myself? No, okay. I hate it, and every single time they fool me into thinking that they've actually done it. That is the most ridiculous jump to try to make. Two of us bitching about Okami in a podcast. I'll just be annoyed that they never re-released the sequel. You know, all these DS games got ported or remade or something, and they never remade it. So I'm probably never going to play it, because it never got ported to the Wii U, and it never got ported off the DS, and it's just going to exist, and it doesn't even seem like they give a shit about Okami. I mean, apparently, like you said, there's a sequel, and that's cool, but let's be fair. I mean, Okami is a game from 2006, and are they ever going to really bring it back? Are they in a huge hurry to bring back old shit? Probably not. And Capcom kind of fucked themselves on that, because I would have totally gotten it if it was on the GameCube. But I feel like Nintendo really fucked up by making the GameCube have less buttons. Like, yeah, the third-party support for the GameCube wasn't amazing. You know, there's a bunch of other random games that you could count, but it's really the lack of buttons that kind of gets me, and I kind of wish that wasn't the case. So yeah, I gotta think of new things to do for the channel, and it's not like it's hard. It's just I actually need to do it, because some days I wake up and I spend the best hours of my day either sad or just not really interested in making content. I gotta Chibi Terasu. That must be a character from it. That's cool. I won't even pretend I have a fucking Spyro the Dragon. Like, it's one of the big ones. Because I remember one time I went to like an amusement park or something, and I was with like a day camp group, and they had this one Spyro the Dragon thing, and why is this not turning? Yeah, fuck off, whatever. They had this one Spyro the Dragon thing inside of a what's the thing's called again? Does this thing not turn? Am I losing my mind? Why is this stuck? It makes no sense, whatever. And I was kind of annoyed because, like, you know, when you're with a group, a day camp group, you can't just go off and do whatever. Like, when you're an adult, they don't care. They tell you whatever, but I was like 10. Oh, shit. Okay, where's the final one? Up here, I think. Apparently not. I don't remember where the first coin is. You know, the shine appears up here. Yeah, I don't remember where the first coin is. What the fuck? It's not over here, is it? And I eventually got the Spyro thing again. Because I love Spyro. Spyro the Dragon is legitimately one of my favorite series. Of course, it's mostly the old games, but, you know. Old or not, I still love them. Oh. This is gonna work? Yes. Shibitarasu is Amaterasu's kid. Oh, okay. I'm just sad that a lot of the Capcom kind of reneged on a lot of shit, which I think sometimes gets disproportionately blamed on Nintendo, because they technically weren't supposed to re-release. Oh shit. They technically weren't supposed to re-release Resident Evil 4, but I think the way they got around that was like by adding new stuff to it or something, which they released separate ways, which is, I mean, was in every future release after that, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, Capcom kind of really fucked them over. But Nintendo has fucked themselves a lot since like the 64. And in my opinion, it's their desire to remain, do I want to use the word pure here? It's their desire to not change that has fucked them over so hard in the long run. And sometimes they're very laissez-faire, and sometimes they just choose to just not do certain things. And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. I don't even need to tell you why ditching the PlayStation for the 64 was probably a bad idea in an era where most people were more interested on putting everything on discs. And that's not to say that what they did didn't work out and wasn't good, it just wasn't PlayStation good. Which is why I'm also sad that the GameCube is more powerful than the PlayStation 2 and got basically snuffed. That 6th generation was really a killer. And I'm pretty sure Microsoft only survived because Microsoft has a shit ton of money. Oh crap, how do you do this? Oh. I'm like, what kind of weird jump do I need to make to get across this one? But yeah, I got other stuff to upload. So next Sunday, there'll probably be 2 videos if I'm really, really efficient. Oh crap, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, you have to wait for him to get over over the town. And then the little pig things come down, which is easy. You just slide off. What? Oh. No, it worked! Yo, this game is lying to me. It literally just worked. Got it. It's worth it. Sometimes hits are worth taking. Need to be over here. Take your time. Where is he? I don't think he can fall over here. Let's be fair. It doesn't really matter how much damage I take. I think usually I kill the piranha plants just because it's faster and easier. Excellent. Can he take off with water in his stomach? You give water or coins? Yeah, whatever. Where's the things? I think this is the most annoying part of the mission, is just trying to find the balloon pigs to actually use. Oh shit. Because sometimes they're supposed to come down from somewhere. Yeah, like up there. And I don't know why they don't come down anymore. And they didn't come down when I did this mission before, which is kind of bad. Oh, now they come down. Thank you. Why is he trying to leave the village? That's so weird. That's damn near a Naruto quote. Alright, cool, done. What is it after this? The platforming and then Shadow Mario 1. It's not even really worth counting them because it's 7 Shadow Mario sequences. He didn't jump? Okay, whatever. I think they changed some of the models too. I think Mario's blue eyes are way more exaggerated. Yeah, it's the secret of the dirty lake. One of these days I gotta do like all the extra Spyro games that came out. I gotta do like Season of Ice, Season of Flame. I'm probably gonna need guides for those because I genuinely wish they would remake them. I wish someone would remake them. Just make it decent. You know, maybe ditch. You could ditch the isometric. Like it doesn't work for a fucking Spyro game. I don't think people would complain too hard. But that's the thing is I don't know who would be willing to play like old school Spyro games is the problem. And I genuinely feel bad if someone's gonna try to make a new Spyro game, or I'm sorry, not even a new Spyro game, an old Spyro game. Like, yeah, it's a remake, yeah, people probably played it, but I think most people who played Spyro played the original 3 games, which is why the Legend series was as disappointing as it was. It's hilarious. Both of the boxes are here on this. You don't even need them. Oh, you have to do this with no jetpack? Oh, no. We can't do, like, weird shit. Okay, I would have had to dive for that. I don't really like to use the jump dive. I find it gives me a ton of anxiety. I also find, like, when you play this game and you have had the hover nozzle for some of these stages, you can make like very weird and questionable plays when you actually try to like do new game. That's just in my experience. I find like I do very weird and questionable plays. Oh shit. Would you believe me if I said this is actually one of the harder ones? Just because of this right here. That's not what I wanted. Alright, that's it. Oh, come on, just let me grab the thing. It is a little hard trying to remember how to do that. That one is just back and forth, though. And you have to do it. I mean, I think Bianco probably has the best episode 8. It's probably the simplest, too. Rico, Gelato, and Pianta Village have probably the worst. Noki Bay isn't that hard. I don't think so. And Pina Park also. Actually, what is Pina Park episode 8? I don't even remember. Can you even hit him before we get over there? Yes, okay. He spin jumps, right? No. He gets in the water and swims. Hi. Get up. Oh, that was easy. Wow. It's actually one of the cool things about this level is that the shine sprite can spawn pretty much anywhere, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I wish we had stuff like Final Fantasy XII on the GameCube. Is it disc size necessarily? Maybe the PS2 game discs could hold more. Without thinking off the top of my head, they're definitely DVDs, which is a vastly different experience. I mean, when you want to talk about like different consoles and storage, which, you know, was a thing and was an issue for consoles for the longest, I mean, you can't kind of ignore the fact that DVDs were kind of the go-to. Probably, what, they held like 6-7 gigabytes? That ain't all that bad. Like, that's not something to sneeze at. Oh, shit. I really kind of just wish you had the nozzles. You didn't have to go to a box and pick them up and replace the hover nozzle. I mean, maybe that would make the game a little too easy, but you know what I mean, man. You got a D-pad for a reason. You could still have X be the quick swap. So I mean, I wish they made a true sequel to this game, but I just don't know if modern Nintendo would really do it justice. I feel like this was the GameCube era had some of the best Nintendo games in my opinion. Obviously not like industry redefining, you know, games, but well, I would argue maybe a couple. I think Wind Waker in a lot of ways redefined a lot of things you could do with adventure games. I was gonna say, you are definitely in the water, homeboy. Wait. Oh, he holds on with one. I never knew that. Yeah, how's this? And like, I like that you could do this. You could totally just choose to skip the intended path and do it a number of ways. Like, that's, I feel like you're rewarded for your creativity. Maybe more so in the earlier levels. But I feel like it's, you know, it feels cool. Right? It feels cool to, like, mess around, do weird things, find different paths through a stage, than just to be forced on the same linear one as everyone else. Ah. I don't think you could do this. Can I? Yeah, okay. I had, like, the perfect hop right next to his mouth, so that kind of worked out. I probably choked it. No, I won. And I like that. Oh god, his arms are all messed up in this version. They are not attached when he goes in the water. Maybe they were always like that. The things you notice on a HD television for some of these games is a little weird. But yeah, if you hop on at least his two front legs, there's a way to only get his front legs because he can never whip you with the side arms. So like you only need to pull off the front two, and then after that you don't even really need to pull off the front two. You could leave them. Usually one front one is enough, and then you stomp the other. Oh no, actually we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the surfing one. We only need to do it once. I'm not again 40. What is it? 51 stars. We don't need anything more than that. Remember, green is the best one, because secretly you could change the speed of green. I don't know who was going to tell me this, but the game doesn't tell you this at all. And if they do, it's not up front. This is one of those things you gotta figure out for yourself, Chief. Alright, watch, I'm gonna go right into the wall. That's what I mean, like, I like Wind Waker. I thought Twilight Princess was really cool. And, like, F-Zero had games, Metroid had games, Pokemon had some really cool games. I love the GameCube era. I genuinely miss my childhood with all my heart. And I know everyone says it, but man, the games these days are just not the same. It's not the same amount of soul. Alright, that's the hardest part. Star Fox had 2 games, and like these games were short. They weren't amazing. Well, no, I'd say they were amazing, but they were short, right? Like F-Zero GX is a pretty short story that you have to grind for. Star Fox Assault. By the way, welcome Graphics OG. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. And so many of them were just great. And I mean, some of that continued into the Wii era, right? So like, it's not like it completely stopped. As much as I shit on the Wii era, like Metroid Prime 3 might not be, in my opinion, the best Metroid Prime game. I'd say it's the weakest, but it definitely was a good game. Other M is trash. I never liked Other M, and I don't think you could convincingly make an argument for me that it was really great. Zelda, I mean, Twilight Princess technically is a Wii launch title, so, you know. Skyward Sword, you know, all the heavy emphasis on motion controls was really what kind of... I screwed myself over. Skyward Sword and all the heavy emphasis on motion controls was really like the thing that I just wasn't a huge fan of. Oh wow, I guess you can't do that. I didn't like Mario Galaxy. Fire Emblem actually had games. I met a couple people actually who really liked Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn. And right now, those are some of the hardest games to find, let alone play, in the series, probably, that have been released internationally, because a large chunk of Fire Emblem games remain not localized, including Binding Blade, which is where Roy came from. And I'm a Smash Bros. Roy main. I was in Melee, at least. And I'm very sad that his game never got localized. Oh, thank you. Oh. Could always be worse. Just remember that. Like right now. Yep, just like that. It's kind of why I don't like to go over there. But yeah, like Odyssey at least kind of felt like a little bit like Sunshine, but it wasn't the same, and so that's why I kind of wasn't like a super huge fan of Mario Odyssey. I know like a lot of people loved it. It has good music. Mario games have really good music now. I mean, my inner Sunshine fan will tell you that Mario has always had good music. I think you have to take this. Plus, if you fall from here, you could just use this to get back up. You can hang on the underside. Like, Zelda has literal concerts for this. Like, most of these classic series have, like, really good music. You don't need this. Never mind, I'm a liar. Just makes your life easier, because you could rocket back up to the top. Resident Evil got ported, basically. Like, you could basically play, like, the whole Resident Evil collection on the GameCube from 0 to, what is it, 4? I think the only ones that weren't on it at the time that 4 was released was, like, Survivor and, like, maybe Dead Aim. I feel like Dead Aim was really, like, a tech demo or something for Resident Evil 4. Because it pretty much features, like, alternate Leon and alternate Ada. And they never reference it again in any game. which makes me a little sad because it's actually kind of a cool, unique game. I think it does what Resident Evil Revelations really wants to do, just better. Not to mention you had the Resident Evil remake. Beautiful Joe was a thing. Killer 7. Time Splitters. Splinter Cell games were on it, but Splinter Cell was on everything, in fairness. Rainbow Six. I remember Thug 1, Thug 2. Basically, all these games do not get new games, except except Rainbow Six, which has Siege, which is multiplayer exclusive. I'm really sad that Patriots, I literally went through that. Patriots just never became a thing, because I thought Rainbow Six Patriots sounded like such a unique game, and sounded so cool. And it more or less got split into Siege and The Division, which isn't the worst fate ever, but I'm a little sad. You know, like, when they cancel games like that, I do get a little sad that we never get to, like, see what it would have been if it were to just come out. And I felt the same way about Scalebound, because I really did like Scalebound, and I that was actually my reason to get an Xbox One, was I wanted to play Scalebound. And then they canceled it, and then I never got an Xbox One. Okay, this, I hate this portion, because you end up sliding. It's really the sliding in this game that does me in. And without the hover nozzle, you really begin to start sliding. Man. That's why I actually do need to play Hat in Time. But one of the things I want to do is I want to play it on a console, because I like playing platformers on consoles. Like, yikes. To me, like, a console platformer is like the standard type of game to play. And that's because I grew up playing Spyro, and to a lesser extent Crash Bandicoot. What I didn't realize when we were watching Dead Space 2 stream was how much I disliked the 26th century as a whole. Oh, wait till you hear about the 21st century, homeboy. Yeah, Hat in Time, yeah. I definitely, I own it actually on Steam. And I do want to make a playthrough on it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till, like, it has a physical version, right? So, okay, speaking of that, I actually ordered, what was that Samurai Jack game that came out? Fucking Samurai Jack Battle Through Time, and it never came, so I'm gonna email them and see if I can get it, and if not, I guess I got cucked. I don't know. My headset is cutting out, which is really kind of bad, because I legitimately wanted to get it, and I wanted to get it physically, and they Limited Run Games was having a physical version of it. At some point in this month, I need to, like, start taking care of, like, actual business and go through my emails, because I generally don't check my emails. There's not really much of a reason. No one wants to talk to me, and I don't have much to report. Oh, you have to go up? Shit. Oh, come on. Okay. 20th century, they're living in a world where all resources have been extinguished, there's nothing left on Earth. That is actually a very common plotline in a lot of games. It's actually the plotline of Star Ocean 4, which is another game I actually like and never got to play the enhanced version of. Alright, this isn't gonna work. That also isn't gonna work. Yeah, he gets kind of annoying if you can't do this right. I don't think you could do this on this one. Yeah, you have to actually pull off one of his arms. You might be able to do that if you're, like, really secure in how well you can pull his stuff off. I think it's also the pull distance is longer on the second fight. On a smaller platform as well. That's not what I wanted at all. Oh. What? I couldn't... That was weird. Wow, he anti-aired my dumbass. I'm mashing it. Because I keep thinking I'm not going to get it. Yay! Wait, oh, I got it! He actually hit me and released it. That was crazy good. He killed himself, because the pull distance is longer on that fight. Now, you see, this is the stuff that I don't know, because you generally do Gooper Blooper 1 and it's just easy. Did he hit me? Yeah, he did. Okay, cool. Nostalgia, yeah, this whole game is nostalgia. Like, it looks a little better than it did before, obviously. You know, different aspect ratio and stuff, but it's nostalgia. I totally get why people are upset at them charging $60 for, like, old games. I think, like, $30 is a fair compromise, right? Like, you don't want to say, oh, well, these games are old, so they don't deserve anything, but they do overcharge. A lot of collections are overpriced and overcharged. But Nintendo is especially egregious with it, because they never lower their prices. Isaac and Carl return to a desolate Earth, and now what? I'll tell you what, EA fucking killed the franchise. As EA has done for the last, like, how many years have I made the podcast? Like 8 years? When have they ever changed? They've never done anything different. They are the same people that they were 8 years ago. Killing off franchises that are just, they want to do Battlefield numbers and they just won't. Square Enix does the same thing. Like, all these companies do the same bullshit. So, like, it still surprises me sometimes. I fucked up. But it really shouldn't. I didn't. I jumped, and I jumped upward. Ugh. Terrible. Oh, great, and they kick you out the whole level. They don't even ask you to redo it. And I feel bad, because I actually genuinely liked it. That's why playing Dead Space 2 yesterday kind of made me super nostalgic. Because I'm like, wow, this game is so fun, and I remember why in 2011, you know, everyone thought it was like one of the best games, one of the best horror games that had ever come out. And, you know, now it's literally a 10-year-old game. And I'm just like, wow. That's interesting. Wow. Like... It's all fucked up. Now you know what happens to Visceral, and it just kind of colors it a little bit in my mind. Technically, you can't really get a game over outside the secret stages, because if you get kicked out to Delfino Plaza, you could always just go get the 2 free 1-ups. Oh my god, are you serious? Oh, it's if you don't push forward, you go slow. I was trying to hold back. I see. Okay, that makes more sense in my head. Yeah, see? And it's actually pretty responsive. You could just do it right away whenever you need to. See, I never knew this as a kid, so I would take the purple one. Yeah, look how easy this makes it. Okay, flipping the camera like that was not cool. That's bad. This is actually kind of bad. I didn't mean to do that. And the turning on this is awful. Alright. Yeah, it's really a shame what happened to Visceral. It really is. I didn't think Battlefield Hardline was bad. I didn't think anything they made was bad. Yeah, Dead Space 3 was probably the worst thing that they made, and it was obvious that EA basically forced them to put co-op in. And then it's like, oh, well, by the way, thank you for doing all this stuff that you totally didn't want to do and weren't equipped to do, go fuck yourself, and then they just threw him out. And I mean, Microsoft did the same thing with Scalebound. That's just, unfortunately, it's a shitty industry. I wouldn't say it's the shittiest in the world. It's just an industry where a lot of bullshit happens because they want to maximize sales and they don't really care about artistic vision. I mean, let's be fair, how many industries really still do besides like indie music? And I guess maybe just normal music too. Oh, forget this. I cannot hit him on this. I ain't this good anymore. Excellent. So I don't see movies ever. I just kind of think movies are like a very just wasted experience anyway. It never was something that really felt like something I'd want to genuinely do a whole bunch of. The average movie kind of sucks anyway, let's be fair. Oh, we're actually done with that. Alright, cool. I didn't even think about it, by the way. I was like, wow, that's it. We don't have to do Yoshi's Fruit Adventure. We actually can't do Yoshi's Fruit Adventure even if we wanted to. I'll at least pick up the thing. The one up. There's like other stuff that I want to play from like the 2010s era. There's a lot of games I never got to, even from as far back as like 2011. You know, for playthroughs or just in general. I just never got to it. And that's what I'm trying to correct, is eventually I want to start like closing out some of these games. That would be like really cool at some point in like the next year or two, because I don't think there's going to be a ton of games for the next year or two. I mean, like, there's always games that are going to come out, but like big ones and ones I care about. I kind of generally think that that's not going to be a thing that's really going to happen too much, because a lot of people are still going to be playing catch up from COVID. There's just, you know, the next console generation, usually the first year or two is kind of empty. Other than maybe like a couple of things, right? I think Microsoft not launching with at least one or two exclusives is pretty bad, though. Because even Sony knew to have like a remake of what's it called? What was the game they had a remake of? Demon's Souls. I even bought that too, and I completely forgot. Like, at least even they knew to have something, right? Like, they weren't just gonna go into the next console gen with literally nothing. As much shit as I could say about Sony, they do have the library to release constant games, and they need to use that more, which is basically my one critique of Nintendo all the time. Besides hardware, because Nintendo hardware is just trash, and when you play on it you kind of just accept it, but it is like genuinely a thing that I think is eventually going to come to a head at some point. Alright, like, how many times you gotta settle for like secondary graphics? Like, this game looks good, but you remember that this is a re-release of a game that came out in like 2002. It was almost a launch title. Like, Luigi's, like, I still think some of them look good. I always go to bat for the Metroid games. If you look at Metroid Prime 1 and 2, Metroid Prime 1 and 2 were way ahead of anything in their respective years. Unless it was like maybe like Indigo Prophecy or something. Like the Metroid Prime games looked so fucking good. And that was like the example of like having Nintendo games that both looked good, played good, had good story. That's why I truly think they are some of the best games they have ever put out. And the sad truth is that it's not even made by Japanese devs. It's made by a bunch of dudes in Texas. Like Austin, Texas. It was a retro. And then they went on to make the Donkey Kong reboots. Or sequels. Nintendo needs to use their IPs much more. I completely agree. Like, they have a decent bit, right? Like, Fire Emblem's back after disappearing for however long, for whatever reason. But, like, all the science fiction... Oh, shit, I messed that up. All the science fiction games are just gone. Like, Metroid usually sells, like, 1 million or 2 in America. But in Japan, it doesn't sell that much. And I think that they're aware of that. And so they're like, well, I guess no one wants Metroid. So they let Metroid get, like, treated like shit, have bad plot lines. You would never see Aonuma let anything bad like that happen to Zelda. Ever. What happened to Other M would never happen to Zelda. Not while both Aonuma and Miyamoto are alive. Even the worst Zelda games don't have that kind of awful treatment. Fucked up. Oh, Tales of Symphonia was another game I really liked from the GameCube era, by the way. I don't know how I could forget that one. Into the Matrix. Obviously, I still have all these games. It's just sometimes, like, the list of GameCube games I like is so long that, like, it could really just be a whole stream of talking about how fun a lot of it is. Melee, you know. It's at least, like, 20 games. And legitimately, some of them are still some of the best experiences I've had in my life in terms of gaming. This dude just walked up on me. Cool. But yeah, like, why, like, Miyamoto loves Star Fox so much. Why not make it a fucking Star Fox game? Why is Star Fox's timeline, like, such a mess? Why has there not been an F-Zero game? And at this point, geez, how many years? 16 years? You know, all this stuff you thought back then would lead into, like, regular series installations just ended up being, like, one-off things because they needed shit on the GameCube. And then they succeeded with the Wii, so it's like, why even bother? And like I said, the Wii is when I stopped playing a lot of Nintendo games. I didn't like what they did with it, and I didn't like a lot of the DS games either. I felt like half of the good ones were shovelware. Like Phantom Hourglass, in my opinion, was like, okay, cool, we can have a Zelda on the Switch, or on the what was it, just the normal DS. And then it's this weird top-down, like, stylus-driven game. They make you do the stupid Ocean Temple a dozen times. It's not nearly as fun as you'd think. I forget what the second one is. What? I hit it. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I totally hit that. Oh, you can use the same one again? Are you serious? I feel like this totally doesn't work. Oh, okay, we could do it again. Yeah, you can use the far one as well. No, it's when he comes back. Oh no, that's good. I don't think I've ever used that one for this. Not to mention, I didn't really like Diamond and Pearl. Well, I like Diamond and Pearl, but I wasn't as blown away by it as I thought I would be. But Pokemon actually got better in the DS era. My favorite Zelda, TBH? Yeah, my least favorite Zelda, then Spirit Tracks. Yeah, pretty much anything to do with Adult Link is just, like, not that great. Wait, I'm sorry, where does he go? Oh, yeah, he goes all over the place. You're not wrong about it. I genuinely did not like Phantom Hourglass, and to the point that I did not actually buy Spirit Tracks. But you wanna know what's actually crazy, though, Graphic? Like, it didn't take much to really make a good Zelda for the 3DS. It, like, A Link to the Past, or what is it? A Link Between Worlds is basically just A Link to the Past ×2. Like, it's just the same game that they did before. Oh, great, I messed it up. Like, it's basically the same game, you know, but the reason why it's so good is because it plays similarly to the original in almost every way. It's a faithful fucking remake. But it's also like a pseudo prequel. It's kind of weird. I didn't get him. Usually he goes out to the right. Yeah, usually I get him here. Not that early. And that's all they need to do, right? Like all these weird like gimmicks and stuff, they don't need to happen that way. Like so many DS games had all the mandatory like touching stuff. And like they're cool games, it's just I think it detracts from the idea of having like a good core experience. Like Skyward Sword having as much swordplay as it did was like a cool novelty thing. But then you play, like, I feel like you play an hour or two of it, and then it's just like, well, how much of this is really, like, super meaningful? And there's people out there who love that, and I think that's great, and I think they should have the option to do that. But I think that, in general, some of the best gaming experiences are just you have a controller, and it's just a normal controller with buttons and sticks. And that's not to say, you know, never try anything new. But I think that there should still be room for just a safety plan, you know, fall back on something. You shouldn't have, I feel like they sacrifice too much of these games' ideologies to put in weird, like, gimmicks and motion controls and all this other stuff. I think Other M is a perfect example of that. Trying to literally be a prime game and a side game. I really think specifically Sakamoto, especially on the story, just he dropped the fucking ball, but also on the gameplay, I think it tries to do too much, and that's why it's kind of weaker. Instead of realizing that there's room for two styles of Metroid games. There's room for the first-person exploration of Prime, and then the Metroidvania style side scrollers, which are more fast-paced and have more action in them. I think there's room for both. Like how Zelda has 2D games, and Mario has 2D games. I think Star Fox went in a great direction with Star Fox Assault. I just think you need more missions if you're gonna have it be like as arcadey, or you need more meaningful stuff in the actual game. I think that's one of the biggest places that my controller, don't do that, please. I'm literally having a heart attack. I think that's one of the biggest things about it, is that like Star Fox Adventures wants to be a Zelda game very, very much. And it doesn't fail, it just doesn't do a particularly great job at being a Zelda game. And that there's nothing wrong with it. It was a good start. It's really just because of the whole dinosaur planet thing. Okay. Which got leaked recently. I'm going to keep reminding everyone of that. Not a fully playable version. They'll fix it. Obviously, it was never truly finished as it was intended as a dinosaur planet game. But you know how it is. Not like Assault. Like I always mean that Battlefield should do a collab with Star Fox, because you could get something cool out of it. That was like another example for me of them trying something new. I think the only major franchise that didn't really get any love, besides Earthbound, obviously, was Donkey Kong really didn't have much on the GameCube. It had Jungle Beat and the other one, Konga. Which is hilarious, because on the Wii it actually got traditional games. I think that that's actually kind of funny. And they sold the bongos with it and everything, and it's like, well, great, this is totally, good luck finding that in 10 years. Oh, this is easy the first time. Mario Kart Double Dash was another game. I actually need to finish, I streamed it once. I need to finish Mario Kart Double Dash. I streamed it on Christmas, because that was actually a Christmas gift for me the year it came out. And it was pretty much my favorite Christmas gift I ever got. I had so much fun that day. This is not what I wanted. Hilarious. Custom Robo? No, I did not. I might own that. I remember seeing it somewhere and then considering buying it, like a year or two ago. But no, I did not ever try Custom Robo. Like, there are GameCube games I never got around to playing that I know a lot of people really like and enjoy. And that's actually kind of a tragedy, because now trying to find a GameCube game is impossible, basically. I don't need to save and continue every time. I'll save like every other one. I don't think my power's gonna go out or some shit. I mean, it's the Switch anyway. It wouldn't matter, because if hypothetically if the power to my room went out, the Switch would still stay on, and I could just put it to sleep. So actually, I definitely don't even need to do it for this, of all things. Yeah, like, there was also Batten Kaitos. I did play Beyond Good and Evil, which is why I like it so much. Beyond Good and Evil is such a treasure that we're never going to get again. Like, they're... Think about how long that game has been in development hell. With no updates. When they first brought it back, it was either 2017 or 2018. Think about how long it's been in development hell since then, you know? No news, nothing. You're right, emulation, and that's actually one of the reasons I want to get a Series X, is because I want to emulate off the Series X. But I'm a collector. I like to own my games, right? I have a large collection of games. Someday, if you're in the Discord, I don't know if you are, I will post a picture of it in the Discord. But like, I do like to emulate my games, or not emulate. I do like to own my games, you know. Like, to me, there is merit in wanting to own your games physically, especially since this is such a medium based on nostalgia and you know, love of your I said love of your country. It would have been a very questionable thing to say, given I play Japanese-made games. It's not like American games are shit either. Yeah, that's the swarm with the blue in it. You know why? It's because in Latin class, now this is a complete nostalgia trip. In Latin class, I remember one of the phrases I had to learn was the love of one's fatherland. It might just flat out be a word in Latin. Oh, I'm cheap too, but unfortunately video games are not cheap. This is not a cheap hobby by any measure. I don't think that makes it bad, but I mean, but to be in fairness, Graphic, like, how many of these games are actually like reasonably available to buy, right? I think that's the major complaint that people make, is like, how many of these games, like, up until last October, and this game, by the way, is going to go off shelves for some weird reason. They're going to not sell one of the most iconic gaming characters, like 3 of his most biggest games as a collection, they're gonna take it off of stores. And off of, once the physical games are sold, that's it. They're not making anymore. Once the then they're gonna take down the digital versions, and I don't know why. How many of those GameCube games can you actually go out and buy on like something reasonably modern? They don't still make what's it called? They don't still make GameCubes, right? There's no GameCube Mini where they have, and even if they did, right, like there'd be games that would be missing from it, either for licensing reasons or just because they wouldn't include it. You would love to see a video of my collection? Yeah, maybe someday I'll do a video on it. I gotta finish organizing stuff around my room. My room is a disaster. So my gut is now sick and my fever continues to be persistent. Well, Ash, if you need to rest, don't push yourself, because this is sounding less and less fun and you need to be ready for tomorrow. Like I said, I was congested all day today until I had something to eat, which I didn't think would make it better, but it somehow did, which I'm kind of grateful for. Honestly, I think my spicy cabbage did the trick, because I'm actually kind of a decent cook, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I think the biggest problem is just that a lot of these games are just not very accessible, right? Like even Tales of Symphonia, which got a 2014 re-release, is only PS3 exclusive, because the PS5 and 4 don't play PS3 games. So it's like, in order to play some of these games, you gotta have old stuff. You gotta have like literally old consoles that you are not gonna find for like anywhere near their original market value. If they work, right? Like you could buy an old console, someone could have had it and just have all cat hair and shit in it. I didn't mean to go in, by the way, that's a mistake. Cat hair and stuff in it or something, or they dropped it, or they had like a leak in it or something, you know, like, or it was anything, because people treat their fucking games like shit, and then like, wait a minute, I could sell this to someone and make a quick buck because I want to buy, I don't know, fucking sneakers or something. The conspiracy theory, I believe, is that Nintendo doesn't want us to play their old games like Melee community does because you won't keep buying their new games. I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think there's enough evidence behind that to flat out say that's the truth, which is very ironic for me that both Sony thinks that, at least Jim Ryan thinks that. He thought that. I'll give the man credit. He thought that at one point in 2017. Very, very weird thing to say, but he thought that. Let's see, how close do you have to be to start the cutscene? Because I want to see if I can get the one up. Okay. Like, these companies have, like, Nintendo has been around making video games since, what, 1983? I mean, obviously probably before, but, right, the big crash of 83. Right, think about how long ago that was. Right, that's almost 40 years. It's just like 38 years of shit that they have to sell. And they want you to play the new shit. I mean, do you think people are not going to buy the new Smash Brothers because they can play the old one? You think Mario Odyssey, of all fucking games, is going to do poorly because someone can play Mario Sunshine? A lot of people hate Sunshine. A lot of people hate this game because it's hard. And it's also just not 64. I mean, people buy 64 games just because they have 64. Just because it's on the fucking Nintendo 64, which is a living nostalgia machine. You think people aren't going to buy Ocarina of Time if they released it on every console over and over again? You think people wouldn't buy the old Pokemon games if they were released over and over again? And then time and time they do this shit, and then they prove that it would work. You can sell your old shit and sell the new shit, right? Like, Doom is still played to this day. People still make Doom mods and Wolfenstein mods. The new Wolfensteins and Dooms are smash hits. I'd even argue that you could say that Doom Eternal was Game of the Year last year. Everyone knows my opinion on fucking Doom Eternal. Did Resident Evil 2's remake sell poorly because Resident Evil 2 is already out and you could still buy it? No. And some companies get this and some companies don't. And it makes no sense. People are going to buy the new shit and then they're going to play the new shit with the old shit. And realistically speaking, like, I played this game a lot now, but I bought Odyssey. That's all they want you to do. If you buy games and never play them, if no one ever played any non-multiplayer game, just buying it would be good enough. That would be good enough for them. They made their money. I just want to see new stuff. Like if Breath of the Wild 2 came out, and however many people bought the first one within a month of release all bought it again, and it became a bestseller overnight like Skyward Sword HD did, thus proving the point again, then I think people would, it would be fine. Nothing terrible would happen to Nintendo. They wouldn't go out of business. People would just buy the old shit. It wouldn't sell like hotcakes, but it would, like anyone who's curious or people like me who want to play like Pikmin 2 or something. You know, by the way, I didn't even mention the Pikmin games in the GameCube listing. We would just play those games again. What? I forget you could do that. I never do that. Ah, shit. Hilarious. Thankfully, we're not on a timer like last time. Yeah, they kind of want you to take really Hail Mary shots at it. Oh, are you serious? Hell, I mean, they revitalized the all the old school Mario games. Yeah, I never get that in time. They revitalized the 2D Mario games by re-releasing the new Super Mario Bros. I don't know. Sometimes Japanese devs like to think that stuff will just not sell, and then it does, and then they just go. They like to cycle out. I don't know. Like when they thought Tails games wouldn't sell for some reason. Oh, nice. That was based. That was a good hit. Where is it? It's the whistling net. Oh. Alright, cool. And this industry makes a lot of money for a lot of companies. Activision basically funds itself off of World of Warcraft and yearly Call of Duty games. I want you to think about it like this. Not even a pandemic could stop fucking Call of Duty. Not even for 1 year. They have released a Call of Duty game every year since 2007. Without fail. Even more than Assassin's Creed. And Assassin's Creed doesn't need balancing changes and shit, right? Like, it's a story. It's a single-player open-world game now, which I like. Oh, we're gonna get to Serena Beach in a little bit, which is gonna be cool. One of these days I'm gonna play Spyro 2 and actually just beat it as minimally as possible. You need 40 orbs and 14 talismans. You could skip all of Winter Tundra. You just need to buy head bashing. You have to buy all 3 abilities, get 40 orbs, however, and then get all 14 talismans. I actually really like Bowser Jr. They're never going to tell us who his real mother is. Remember Super Princess Peach? Yeah, that game can't come back. That was another DS shovelware game. I had a couple people tell me it was good, apparently. And the thing is, Delfino Plaza gets referenced a lot in Mario games. But then they just, like, this is the most love this game has gotten in literally since its release. Like, I know Galaxy had, like, the really cool orchestral music and everything happening. But, you know, like, I just feel like at a certain point, like, I didn't like Galaxy. I feel like all the spinning and stuff, it just felt too simple. And I'm sure it's challenging in a couple of it, right? Like, I don't consider this game to be too challenging. You know how it is, man. I gotta listen to that Noki Bay Yoshi soundtrack, actually. Bowser had Bowser Jr. with himself. Oh, okay, nice. Listen, I don't think this is like a Palpatine sort of a deal. I think that someone is willing to fuck Bowser. You'd be surprised. Someone's willing to fuck everyone. Really? Oh my god. What? How did that work? Better thing to say is that it probably didn't. Like, I get Mario lore isn't supposed to be super serious, right? Like, I'm not gonna take Mario lore as seriously as... I don't even take Zelda lore that seriously. Because even the Zelda lore is, whatever. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, Graphic. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you on more streams, because I try to stream more regularly now, compared to what I used to do. Because back in the day, I didn't really stream that much. That's one of the changes I'm trying to make now, is I want to have more regular streams. This is the worst part of it. Okay. Because you can't change your facing once you're on that, which is a little weird. Oh, I don't remember the timing. I don't care about the one up. Yeah, Spyro will be quick. Like, if you're just running through Spyro, Spyro is a pretty short game, honestly. There's not really too much going on in it. Spyro 3 at least makes you do, like, most of the stuff. Spyro 1 is kind of minimal. I don't know what the minimum is to do Spyro 1. Obviously, that's, like, entering into speedrunning turf. But sometimes I just like to play these games and beat them. Right, what's episode 3 for this again? Something inside the park, for sure. I don't think it's the runaway Ferris wheel. Yeah. That's what I mean, like, I don't mind Mario games that are more mission-oriented like this one. I just think we need more stuff like it. Oh, I forgot about Paper Mario, damn it. See, like, that's what I mean, like, now I'm thinking of all these old GameCube games I liked. That were all so amazing in their own right, you know? Oh no, let me not do that. I'm gonna pay for that one dearly. Before the stream ends, I do need to listen to the Noki Bay Yoshi music, because I've never heard it, because it's actually not something that you can access in the game, because there's at no point in this game can you actually get to Yoshi in Noki Bay, because there is no Yoshi in Noki Bay. Totally boned. In my opinion, the best way is to not deal with the pirate ships at all. That's just my opinion. Yeah, there's one over there that I need to get. I'm not a super huge fan of. Yeah, A is that, okay. A is like vertical movement in this, as opposed to like lateral. And you actually don't need to kill these things. You can get around them pretty easily. Can you perch on this? Yes. It's a little thin. Sometimes the thin platforms are a little hard. Okay. Under. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Alright, that's the level. The less you deal with the pirate ships, the better. I find the pirate ships are kind of the most annoying ones to do. My body's pretty much so fragile. If I eat or drink too, or take anything weird medication new, I will get sick. Yeah, I feel for you on that one. That's kind of rough. Do you, I don't know how much, like, weird food you probably none. I would just try to eat, like, you know, just some default vegetables. Just you know, something very neutral. Neutral for the palate, you know? I mean, that's probably obvious advice, so I'm probably preaching to the choir, but that's what I generally do. Like, if I have an upset stomach or I just don't feel good, I'm like, I don't want to, you know, mess with anything too much. Like I said, I was talking about my spicy cabbage earlier. I made it maybe a wee bit too spicy. The thing about cabbage, though, is that it's a very bland vegetable if you don't add anything to it. So it's a little hard to determine how much you should season it, unlike collard greens. Yeah, you have to do this to get Yoshi, and then after this you could go to Serena. Noki Bay also opens up independently of that, and so does the other one. By the way, Graphics OG made me some new channel art that I will be putting up at some point. Like I said before, I do want to do a redesign of my channel, and as always, he has been very helpful in allowing me to do so. And I'm very appreciative to it. I eat Romanowski cucumber spinach salad and tomatoes. See, I couldn't be a vegetarian. I have to eat meat, otherwise I feel weird. Like, I feel like I'm missing, like, half of my meal. So because of that, I can't not eat, you know. I have to have some amount of meat in my diet, otherwise I go a little stir crazy. I don't know if they can perch over here, so I just drag them out. These are like some weird Koopalings, too. It might not even be Koopalings. I think you could put them right here, right? No, you asshole. Come on. No, you don't. I eat steak for fiber. Steak is so good. I like beef. Beef is pretty much my favorite meat. By far. What? Alright, whatever. How is he not... I don't think you can get stuck there. It might be too shallow. Or maybe squirting just frees him like that. I don't know. That's weird. Some flowers are nice looking flowers. As far as flowers go. But yeah, you know, I try not to eat anything too crazy. As much as I like stuff from like Costco and stuff, I try not to go too ludicrous with it. Just because that would be it's a little unfair to yourself. But Costco makes some good shit, man. I love Costco. Used to go to Jersey to go to Costco. Now we don't have to because it's there's a Costco or two in New York in the city, which is kind of nice. I'm hitting him. I'll at least rescue Yoshi. Because technically I didn't need to do this. No, I have to do this because I can't do the secret of the Yoshi go-round without him. So maybe I'll do Serena Beach. Oh, shit. Can I pick it up, please? Maybe I'll do the secret of Serena Beach just so that way I can open it up. But I feel like once you do Serenity... No, the pineapple never comes back, so I could just do whatever. Ah. Thank you. Whatever, we'll just do this. It doesn't matter. Which is funny, because do you ever use Yoshi in Serena Beach either? Yeah, you do. You do. Inside the hotel. So I wonder if there's a Serena Beach for outside. Like, does this have a Yoshi theme? It might not, because you can't get Yoshi outside the hotel. By the way, this is one of my favorite missions in any video game ever. I love this mission so much. I keep seeing A and I press it and it's really B. Maybe I'll do Spyro 2 like tomorrow. Since I have my PS3 set up, maybe I'll do that. We'll do like a week of games I could beat in one sitting. Starting with this one, which is probably one of the longer ones. I don't think there's any Zelda games on that list. I think the only Zelda game that could really get on a list like that is Wind Waker, because Wind Waker is like, by default, like a short game. What I think is cool about this mission is it actually does like the Ghost of Tsushima thing, where it's like, once you've killed enough of them, the rest hunt you down, so you don't have to like constantly be running around trying to find it. Which is something I wish more games would do. It's totally a gameplay assister, right? It's only just to make your life a little bit less hellish, but I don't blame them for doing it, in fact. It's like, well, if you've done 90% of the work, you really want to be tested on the remaining 10%. Like, maybe in real life, but not in a video game. Oh, shit. In my opinion. Am I gonna walk into that? Nope. Thank you. Once again, they can go into water, which is really unique, because you're hitting them with water. It's kind of the thing. I actually really kind of want to know how the AI for this level works. That would be something worth looking into. See, like, I feel like I should make video essays sometimes, you know? Like that's kind of the thing on YouTube now. Is like people make video essays about some of their favorite things. I kind of feel like I want to make video essays about like my favorite games or some of the levels in my favorite games. But that would involve research, and I at least want to catch up on my games library first, which is hilarious because that's exactly what I'm not doing right the fuck now. I need to just stream fucking Fire Emblem. I gotta make thumbnails for it though. That's the other thing. I try not to stream until I make thumbnails because it's really weird to add a thumbnail after the fact. Sometimes YouTube is really weird about it. In fact, YouTube is really weird now about like loading playlists. For some reason, I can't load a playlist on YouTube. It infinitely loads on Opera GX. Whereas before, it didn't do that. So I don't know if it's some weird plugin I have being weird or what happened with YouTube, but it's been weird about it. And it's only on Opera GX. I don't think it's on Opera. There you go. I thought this shit was beyond cool, man. That's what I mean. This game is so like uniquely different from like every Mario game. It's really just sad that they never made anything like it again. Most GameCube games are like that though. Even on long-running franchises, so uniquely different from what would come afterwards. Oh, I did the move. I don't know how to do that. So at least now people know I'm not a liar. There is a way to do like a ground spin, but it's not as... There it is. It's actually way easier than I thought it was. Holy shit. Wow. I've never done that. It's just hard to get the spin move to work out. I thought you had to do like some weird button combination. It's just spin on the ground and don't jump. Which I still wish spin was on a button. I had to take a medication this morning. I freaked out. Yeah, try not to forget that. I know what you mean, though. I personally don't take any meds, but I could imagine that would be kind of exasperating, right? Oh, speaking of that, there's stuff I need to do for my own dailies. That has nothing to do with medication or personal health. It's just for a video game. Alright, we're gonna get all the stuff now. I'm not chasing him down for the turbo nozzle, though. Oh, that's what we get to do. Oh, no, it's the next one. Kind of hate this one, not gonna lie. Because you have to do the sideways donut wheel thing. I kind of hate it. I wish I could do Pikmin 2 in one sitting. I think Pikmin 1 takes the longest. Even skipping like 12 full days of stuff. I could probably get Pikmin down to like 14 days without like looking up any advanced strategies if I really, really wanted to. Pretty sure like someone beat Pikmin in like 8 days, maybe? It's not a particularly long game, especially if you're willing to sacrifice to do it. If you're willing to sacrifice to, you know, Pikmin to do whatever, then it's really not that bad. Okay, I actually got to do this. These are the hardest levels for me in the game. Because I'm kind of genuinely bad at, like, actual Mario. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up so badly. Okay. Oh! See, I know one guy who liked the drop-down method. I kind of wish you didn't have to do this, honestly. Like, let's see if I do the thing. Alright. Oh my god, I hate it. 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 No! Oh my god, I fucked up. Fun fact, I have to take a probiotic for the rest of my life. My mom is bitching about it still. Yeah, well, I hate to... Parents are parents. I mean, not much you could do about that. Shit happens, right? I can't believe I failed on the easy part of the level, too. Because I think the one secret I did the most was the Noki Base secret. What? Cool, okay. Because you can go in the space in between. I hate this. This is definitely... This and that Bianca Hills one are definitely some of the hardest. I think the Bianca Hills one is harder, though. You could just turn this level into a side scroller, whatever. Alright. Ah, we gotta watch this every time. Come on, go away. Alright, now we get to do fun. This is why I think Serena Beach is some of the best levels, honestly. You get to do Mysterious Hotel Delfino. King Boo down below is just kind of slow. It's a little lame, because you have to basically... Like, the slot machines are probably the worst. Because you probably just end up losing a lot of time to the slot machines just being random. It's just a turkey vultures? And someone hanging a dead coyote up. Why? What? Okay. What is a turkey vulture? I guess the dead coyote. Why would you hang a dead coyote? Does it like show the other coyotes that you're an alpha and you shouldn't be fucked with? Like, why? I don't know, man. It's really just an invisible hole there. That's what she said. Oh, great. Yeah, the boos look so dopey in this game compared to Luigi's Mansion, where they're like stone cold killers. That's another game I could beat in one sitting. But Luigi's Mansion is... I forgive the first one for being so short. Oh, fuck. Largely because, one, it's a classic. And two, because, I run into this dude every single time. It was a launch title, so it wasn't really meant to be short, but my god, the launch title of Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. Imagine that. Versus, a lot of launch titles. No, I guess I don't know what coyotes, but turkey vultures will eat a fucking piece of live prey on your front lawn. What? And you... that's a shoot on sight for me, Chief. Crossbow, anything. See, on some level, a lot of people, like, their general disposition towards hunting is terrible, but legitimately in some areas, apparently they need hunters to kind of cull populations. This is not the right way to go at all. They need people to actually go out and hunt, like, I think it's deer, right? Sometimes the wolves just don't kill enough, and they need people to actually, like, lower the population, because they explode otherwise. I thought that was the coolest shit ever, because I'd totally hunt. If it was, you know, within the reason of population control, I would hunt. I think that would be pretty fun. Alright, cool. I wouldn't hunt something to extinction. I think that there's a moral reason there. But if it was to control, like, rampant shit, but man, what are they just land on your lawn, and then they just, what do they even eat? Just turkeys? What do you people have out west? Shit, man, we're chill over here in the Northeast. We don't have any crazy shit like that. We're actually so lucky. There could be some really wacky shit that we would have to deal with, and I would just be completely underprepared for it. Yeah, fuck that. Alright, cool. Coyotes are terrible here, so people will shoot the shit out of them every night. I wouldn't want to be out at night in the middle of nowhere. First of all, it gets pitch black. I don't like that. And then second off, I don't like nature. I don't have night vision, so I don't like nighttime nature even more so. Can't tell if my shit's being delayed. Alright, I don't know how this one works. I gotta look this up someday. There's definitely a way to do this. They raccoons, domestic pets, and skunks. Oh, that sounds nice. Well, I mean, the raccoons and skunks are probably whatever, because they're more or less pests anyway. But yeah, I could imagine you let your poor cat out for a little bit, right? And what cat? This fucker comes along. Oh, sweet. This is like the fastest I ever got this. You let your cat out maybe for a little bit or whatever, or your dog or something, and then this fucker lands on it from above. That would be pretty scarring. I won't even pretend. Right, like it's like some horror movie shit, right? Where you know, like the poor lady is out doing something stupid because she's an idiot. My favorite trope in every horror movie, besides the one of horny teens. Oh my god. Thank you. Actually kind of want to work from the top down. That one on the right, this one's going to give me so much trouble. Oh no. Oh no, don't do this. Come on. Okay. Cool. Isn't this a secret anyway? Yeah, this level's ridiculous. All that stuff. This secret's not too terrible though. I'll die on it, don't worry. Oh god. Like, New Yorkers think so little of Texans, it's actually kind of disturbing. But people think New Yorkers are like decent people, and you'd be fucking wrong. New Yorkers are kind of shitheads. Like, I don't know why New Yorkers seem to think like they're like gods of the universe or something. Most of them are... Almost died, almost got squished. New Yorkers are kind of shitheads. Like, in general. I say this as a New Yorker. I mean, there's more I could say about New Yorkers, but I won't. Actually, I will. I'm stuck. New Yorkers like to think that, like, everywhere in the South is racist. New York is pretty fucking racist, dude. The city, specifically, not even, like, upstate. It is the definition of I like where I live because of the city, and not the people in the fucking city. That is basically my extent of my relationship with this place. Is I hate the people, but I love the place. Texans are assholes. Animals are assholes too. I mean, everywhere's an asshole, but I hate that New Yorkers like to pretend like they're not assholes. I think that it's the dichotomy of, oh, well, we're better than everyone else, and everything's great, and everyone else is like some awful piece of shit. And I think that that's fundamentally not true. I think that that's a lie. They're lying to themselves. What's episode 6? Oh, scrubbing. Oh, jeez. That's gonna be interesting. I guess there's some percentage of the goop the game keeps track of. No, I don't expect to die on this. I just want to get the one up. Because I know I'm going to have to do Corona. Which is a very bad thing to say in 2021. Look what they've done to my boy. Not to mention all the shit that's going on with Cuomo now. Cuomo and de Blasio make one hell of a pair of fucking ineptitude. But now I'm really not going to get into that. Actually, I will. Fuck the both of them. New York is going to be financially in such a fucking shithole for like the next decade. For like the next 30, 40 years. I don't even want to think about it sometimes. Just from 1 year of bullshit. One year and some months. We are so fucked. It's not even funny. Can you ground pound this? Oh, this doesn't do anything. I forget this. All it does is stop these. What? Okay, whatever. Even I was like, what? That makes no sense. The hit on that is a little bit weirder than I remember. Yeah, you can't aim in during this. We are gonna have such a shit show in New York for like the next 20, 30, 40 years. Man, I just try not to think about it some days. That would have hurt me, but didn't. What does this thing even do? Basically nothing. I almost had to square up on the subway multiple times in my life. I hate this. Yeah, this is why you stop them. Okay, you don't jump and throw it. Okay, that's my mistake that I'm making, is I'm jumping and throwing the fruit, which I don't need to do. Wow! Oh no, I was gonna say we got fruit 3 times in a row. Do the bubbles even hurt you? They probably do. They have to. What is going on? What is this luck? I did it again, but it worked because I was low. That's actually kind of crazy. That is some of the best luck I've had for these 2 shines ever. I've never had luck this good otherwise. Out of all the shine sprites in this game, these are 2 of the most tedious ones. And I had pretty good luck with them. That's the sad part, is that the Chuckster one isn't even difficult. You just have to know how to get thrown. That last one always kind of messes me up because legitimately it has to be spot on. You have to basically be straight perpendicular to that big block. Otherwise, like, the deviation and angle causes you to get thrown completely off. Uh-oh, who's messaging me? Alright, cool. I'm gonna deal with that later. What else did I do that I need to look at? Oh no! Oh, okay, cool. Man, shit sucks. Alright. I'll deal with this later. Oh no, 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 no! Like, this move helps. I think it's actually better. It might not be better than the airborne version. No, we're great here. You don't really even need the barrels. The barrels help. I mean, I guess they would save a lot of time, right? I get hit. Because you can't really get, like, the finer nuances of, like, some of the areas here. I wonder what the actual percentage that you need to clean off is, because you know they data mined it, obviously, years ago. It must be something like 95%. Really high. Well, I'm not picking that up. Do blue coins ever disappear? I guess we're gonna find out. I guess they don't. I always figured that they did. Right? Because it's like it's supposed to be a timed thing, and then otherwise you need to redo it. I think we have 0 blue coins so far. So in theory, this would have been a better playthrough to try to 100%. Yeah, you have to clean them off too. The game doesn't explicitly tell you this, you just need to do it. What am I missing? Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta get it really, really good. Like, how many patches of ink did I leave? One. Like, look at these drops. 1, 2, 3. There's one right here on the stair. 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then 8 over there. This is. I mean, you could do it faster probably. Japan got a rise in the virus after they lifted the outing ban. Yeah, well. I don't ever think this is going to be fixed, to be honest with you. Don't even want to be glum about it. Every state is opening up again, so. And then part of the reason I'm pretty sure is just every state is like financially getting to the point of no return from having everything shut. Like shit just can't be locked up indefinitely forever. Like, financially speaking, New York was already strapped. And I can only speak from New York specifically. Like, we're already strapped as is. Like, so many businesses went out just because they couldn't stay around. I know at least 2 businesses near me that I used to go to all the time that just could not, they couldn't stay open. They just lost too much of their base, too much of their actual purchasing base. And they're fucked because of it, and they had to go under. Some of these businesses have been here since the fucking 70s. Maybe earlier. And they just had to go. They couldn't survive it. This was actually the worst thing that happened to them. Not even 9/11, not Hurricane Sandy, nothing. I like how he's supposed to paint something. I don't think he does on this version. I hate this. I hate how Mario takes so long to recover. Get up. Not to be an asshole about it. Wait, what? Oh, this door's open? Yeah, this is actually one of the cooler missions. I lost him. Oh, he jumps down. This is actually one of the cooler missions because all the doors are open. Which I think is just interesting. But yeah, New York... I mean, like, our generation is already not going to get as much financial support. I don't think we're going to get Social Security unless a miracle happens. That's why they want you to do all this other stuff when you get a job, which is annoying. And it's annoying that a bunch of boomers that had all this stupidity and live off as a bunch of bullshit from years ago still think the world operates like that, as they progressively make the world not operate like that. Oh, we don't need to go back here. I'm gonna go do Peanut Park. Like all the people thinking 15 for minimum wage, it's never gonna happen. It's not going to happen with these people on board controlling the ship, period. Because when they were kids, it was cool. It was like, okay, they made $7 an hour or what is it, and had a living wage, so it should still be the same. And it's bullshit, but that's just how it is. It's never going to change. So because of that, people don't have money to spend. When people don't have money to spend, they don't buy a ton of stuff. Video games might be the sole exception to that industry. Because the movie industry had to go entirely digital with, what's it called? Like Netflix and HBO Max, right? They had to do all that stuff because people will still consume media. Like, people are not just going to sit at home bored, but they're not going to go out to eat as much. Although that's funny because I know a bunch of people who are just going out and hanging out and doing whatever, and I'm like, that's great. And they're like, oh, you should totally come. I see the fucked up part Oh, okay. The fucked up part about all this, right, is that I actually have been talking to a couple of people. I'm like, yeah, we should hang out. We should totally do stuff. We should get drinks or whatever. They like to drink. I'll do whatever. And then I can't do it because I'm just like, I'm not going outside. I don't want to get sick. I you know how many dates I could have been on at this point? It's ridiculous. And they fucked me over, man. Hardcore. I'm really salty about that. I got at least 2 people I could have gone with to do anything ever. Oh, by the way, we're cheesing this. I am very salty about that, by the way. Life is full of infinite disappointment, honestly. Fuck, I did it wrong. That one's kind of a blind turn to make. I'm really salty about that. I had so much good shit lined up for like the last like year or two. I was gonna start running with my friend. We were gonna do a whole bunch of exercising and stuff because we both wanted to get in shape. And yeah, none of that's happening. Okay, I got it. Bum, ba, ba, da, ba, da. Yeah, actually doing this takes way longer than that. I don't even bother anymore. See, this is such a great playthrough. Remember my Sunshine playthrough? How many parts was that fucking thing? Yeah, now we could do this in like 3 hours, but it's a minimal playthrough. It's not as cool when you do it only in 3 hours. I'll be honest with you. It's not as cool when you beat this game too quick. Because there's so much cool stuff in it. There's annoying stuff. I think the blue coins are pretty annoying. As I said, a radar for that would alleviate the stress almost immediately. A radar similar to Pikmin 2. Only thing it would need to do is tell you which episode, maybe. Just have defined episodes, like mark each coin as being available in this episode, or however many, up 1 to 8, and that's it, and then go to town. There's only 8 possible episodes a blue coin could be in. Just mark it and let's move on. What's episode 6? Oh, the secret of the Yoshi go round. Feels bad, man. I really didn't get anything out of that, huh? Kind of sucks. I gotta reply to at least 3 people. So I gotta take care of that after this. I'm glad I'm talking, though. It's getting my voice some good usage. It's very rare I wake up congested like this. And I know I'm not sick. It's because I didn't do some stuff. I talked a lot yesterday. Reminds me of the time I yelled so loud, I actually lost my my voice. I try not to do dumb shit like that anymore. That was fun, though. It was funny until I was like, the next day I couldn't even speak. Oh, great. Where's the melon? I actually don't know. Oh, here it is. Cool. Thank you. No durian, so we're very lucky. This is actually one of my favorite Yoshi themes. You have to make him orange, I'm pretty sure. Maybe you don't. I'm gonna take it as fact that you do, though. See, because they're missing one of the orange ones. Alright. I like how Peanut Park, like, specifically has all the, like, Yoshi's Island looking things. Alright. I'm gonna get anxiety doing this, but whatever. also like this theme very much. Oh, that was a little close. Kind of miss going to stuff like Nintendo World. I've been to Nintendo World so many times. It is legitimately one of my favorite places to be, even if 90% of the stuff in there does not really apply to me. Well, it's more like 40. I'm not like a huge Animal Crossing fan. I'm a laissez-faire Kirby fan. Okay, that didn't work. Thank you. They got a lot of Pokemon stuff there, but to be fair with you, like, I didn't really visit much after the Sword and Shield stuff were added because I was like fall of 2019. I was hanging out with people in fall of 2019, which was kind of cool though. Good times. That was yeah, so this is 7. He's inside the park, of course. It's kind of like Serena Beach. Most of the stuff is inside the hotel, but I mean, that's kind of obvious. I think at most you could have 10 episodes in a level. But then you get kind of to the point of like, what's 9 and 10 gonna be? That would boost the total shine sprites up to what? 7 levels, 14, 134. So you gotta get like 6 more to get like a clean number. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool at the minimum. Oh, here we go. Ready? Alright, he should be good to go in like 1 or 2 more. Whoa, look at that pathing. Is this like the most hit points he has? It really feels like it a little bit. I remember when McDonald's had the tie-in with this game. I would love to have gotten the full set of toys like that. That was so cool that they had a McDonald's like Happy Meal tie-in with Mario. Oh, and I only think I got like 1 of the toys and then it got thrown out. I'm really sad about that. They don't make McDonald's Happy Meal toys like they used to. They used to be baller. They used to legitimately give you like full-on like stuffed animals or stuff with it. Like actual toys with it. And nowadays, I don't think they give you nearly as much. I don't eat at McDonald's anymore, so in fairness, I can't like totally shit on it. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do this. I do it out of habit. I'm just gonna leave. It's the second place I've entered like this. You gotta do Noki Bay now. Right? Yeah. Okay, no. We don't have to get the turbo nozzle. I'm pretty sure the only reason you get the turbo nozzle is just so you can get the rocket nozzle. I don't think anything requires the turbo nozzle. Alright. They actually have to play this level. You could get like a full 20 blue coins on this level alone. Which surprises me so much, actually. Like, to this day, that really surprised me the last time we played this. Oh, fuck. I don't think you're supposed to do this. I have a ridiculous over-reliance on that one back jump. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to doing the podcast. In fact, if I'm really honest with you, I should do it tonight, because this stream will probably not run too much longer. Maybe. Pianta Village is kind of like one of the most annoying parts of the game. It's like generally harder than the average thing. We have to do the Goopy Inferno again. Can you recover, please? Shit, man. Wait, I didn't get to spawn? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you really kidding me? That little bit of goop? Can't even see it from here. Yeah, forget it. Alright, I don't think we need more water. See, like, if they made a sequel to this, they could have had, like, an increased, like, water limit, you know? They don't even necessarily need to add, like, new nozzles or anything. But I feel like it wouldn't, like, Luigi's Mansion kind of has the same premise as this game. You know, especially with the EGAD thing. And I didn't think that they did that too much justice. I didn't really like Luigi's Mansion 3. Bye! I really wish Let's Go Eevee was like had a legitimate game version, you know? Plays like Gen 7 rules, you know, actual abilities and wild battles. It would be such a good game. That's what I mean with a game addled by all this bullshit. I would have loved that. I would have played so much of that. Because to me, the best kind of Pokemon game, like if you have to not have a definitive game that has all the stuff in it, which is usually what I like to do as a collector, the definitive Pokemon game will be one that you beat, and then you just import all your Pokemon, you reset, and you do it again. And I actually would really enjoy that from a Let's Go game. I think that those games are meant to be like sort of short style, quick nostalgia trips. That's why I wish they had something like that for like modern generation Pokemon. And that's what I mean. I think people would still buy the new shit as well as the old shit. If you're like me and you don't want to use original hardware. What? I did hit that. That's so weird. Wario World was another GameCube game. Damn, why am I remembering this shit late? Wario World was a great game, and I was like, wow, this is totally an amazing idea that they could totally do more with. Never did anything with it, ever. That was the end of Wario World. Legitimately was a once-in-a-lifetime event. You had to be there to fucking see it. That's not how you pull, Flood. Are you lying to me, Flood? You wouldn't lie to me, would you? This is like the original pull range. Damn. I got a little greedy there, and it's a little bit too late to get greedy at this point in the fight. Yeah. What? Yo, he crossed up his side things? I've never seen him do that. That was intense. Look at those arms. I've never seen him cross that up. So it's really only Gooper Blooper 5 where you can't do that, then. You could do it on both the 2s that he appears on, or both the early episodes that he appears on. That was so crazy. I've never seen him do that. Usually those sidearms he just doesn't do anything with. The more you know, the more you find out, right? Bird coins in the bottle. This one you don't even get to explore Noki Bay. You immediately get teleported in. Noki Bay is just a backdrop, which is hilarious because it's actually not. So you only need to do this mission once ever. There's no missables in this mission. Yeah, now we're just floating in the infinite abyss as usual. And you get tank controls. You know, what Mario is iconically known for is tank controls. I didn't get it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, what? Like, I like this, the secret music. Like, this game has so much good music in it, man. I can't turn at all. And, like, Galaxy has, like, a full-on orchestra. So, like, I can't shit on Galaxy for having, like, genuinely bad music, because it doesn't. The music is actually, in my opinion, one of the best parts of Galaxy. I do want to play a Metroid game soon. And one of the ones I want to play has to be Metroid Prime 2. Because it's been a while. Like, I don't have the drive to play Prime 3 as much as I do the other ones, but I gotta play Prime 2, because Prime 2 was really fun. Alright, cool. Still not doing it. What was that, 3? Oh, now I actually have to do the dentist appointment. And I guess at some point on stream I gotta play Star Fox Adventures. That'll probably happen this summer. I kinda wanna play it though. Oh shit. Get me out. Ugh. Ugh. What time is it, actually? There's no home button on the GameCube controller. I don't think I've ever done that before. Very nice. Oh boy. Nightmare fuel. Like how you don't even get down to him in time before you start losing like decent amounts of health. Highly toxic materials. I think you could stay low to this and actually keep cleaning some of the teeth while you do it. Maybe. I might be wrong. It's a little hard to control because you can't... It's not even like Resident Evil style turning, really. Alright, let's get health while he does this. It's just this one level, because the turning is so, like, just not great at all. Alright, cool. Alright. Don't go back in, please. Don't go back in. Stay out, please. I wonder how low I can get to his teeth without being sucked in. Pretty low, actually. You know what I realized? Did he just get some of the goop in his teeth? Never thought about it like that. Can you get the bubbles here? Yep. I actually didn't know that when I first did this mission. You could just get the bubbles, just like normal. It's actually not good to lose teeth like this, by the way. Wouldn't recommend it. Can you just run into the bubbles? Getting the last couple of teeth is usually kind of like ridiculous. I feel like the shit on the tooth might actually come back if you don't get it all in one go almost. Alright, you get a little bit of protection during the cutscene. So maybe I don't need to go get a coin. Maybe. I kind of don't want to die in this. You know, he leaves behind a heart. He kind of looks like a Heartless almost. Alright, give me my protection. Oh, never mind. I got the gold tooth anyway, so I'm fine. Yeah, the life bar turns like a little red. And then it gradually goes back. Which is funny because it's not enough if you only are missing 1 HP to be able to go down and get the shine sprite. You actually would die if you were just down to 1 HP and you got the immunity. You need at least, like, maybe 2. I got down there with 1. So you could actually screw yourself, probably. Still not doing it. The only reason... Okay, actually, wait. What number am I on? I have to do it between 6 and 7, because once I'm done with 7, I need to go to Pianta Village, and I want to reload Delfino Plaza. You might be able to get the turbo nozzle from this one, actually. Maybe. But I think I've already shown you don't really need to do much to win here. He kind of intentionally throws a little bit. I'm surprised that they didn't have more of this. He only appears in 3 levels. I mean, I guess 3 out of the 7 areas is still a pretty good proportion, right? Did he bonk? Like, where is this dude? This dude is going everywhere but directly to the flag. Yeah, this is like the ideal thing to do for blue coins, by the way. Still have not gotten a single blue coin. Alright, this is no key 5, so after this one, which is, I think, the second to last secret in the game. Technically, Pianta Village has 2 secrets, but one's the Goopy Inferno. What did I do on last stream in order to beat the Goopy Inferno, like, super quick? Because I'm not doing the super cheese method. Super cheese is kind of a little too much. In fairness to super cheese method. As much as I'd like to do it, I think it's interesting, the price of failure is a little too high. Oh wow, I big brained myself into getting hit. That's nice. Like I said, I totally recommend people... I didn't get the jump I needed. Totally recommend people try this game. I generally think it just gets kind of a bad rap because it had to follow up off of one of the biggest nostalgia-fueled boners in human history. And I just think it's unfortunate because I think it really does do better than 64 in a lot of ways. It's like Wind Waker following up... I mean, Majora exists, but people like to pretend Majora doesn't exist for some reason. Wind Waker trying to follow up on Ocarina was just going to be disappointment. And I think I even was showing that to a friend. Like, there's something called the Zelda 128, which was basically like a 6th generation tech demo for a possible Zelda game that maybe could have existed. It might have been shown at Space World 2000, which is something that most people... I killed myself. Most people don't even know what Space World 2000 is. That's the crazy part. Is it something that legitimately exists? Or existed. I don't know if they still do it. And then just E3 came along, and that was probably the one that everyone started to kind of care about. In fairness to it. Would you believe the beginning part is the hardest part? I pressed B. No, that's not the right button. I just didn't think about it when I did it. No, what? I didn't do that. I really fucking didn't want to. I was doing so well. I'm not feeling this one. I said this one was the easiest. Oh my god. I said this was like the easiest secret level. What's going on? This is actually not a hard secret level at all. That was a little risky. This is genuinely not hard at all. This part does make me nervous though, because you kind of have to go up at a nice angle, or you start sliding. How do I do this? How do I do this jump in particular? Yeah, like that. You can. There you go. You could go off of the nail sticking out of it. That also would work. Alright, cool. This was so difficult, man. I have no idea. Technically, doesn't it now have half the deaths so far? I've been on this one level, like 40%. When did I die? I died on the Gelato Beach one. I died on this twice. I forget what the other ones were. I actually have to go get this now, just so that way, because you don't even need the turbo nozzle to really do anything. I could have beaten that one Gelato Beach episode without the turbo nozzle. In fact, I've done it before. Basically, what it does is it gives you like spare shine sprites from being able to access a couple of places in Delfino Plaza that you can't get to otherwise. But I don't even need those, so this is just kind of like extra. What I do need is the rocket nozzle. Get up. What I do need is the rocket nozzle so I can get into Pianta Village. Because now we're going to fight Shadow Mario again. And then obviously we have more than enough shine sprites to unlock the rocket nozzle. Because the rocket nozzle I think only takes 30. And we're sitting at a... How many are we sitting at? A comfortable 42. And that's skipping a lot of stuff, mind you. I hate this guy. I never understood why contact in video games necessarily hurts you. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, God. Thank you. This one kind of sucks a little bit. By the way, once you get to the top, he just jumps down and starts over. These aren't like dynamic chase sequences. He's on a set path, basically, that he has to follow. I think he's supposed to paint, though, and he's not painting. Yeah, I don't know if he just doesn't in this version. Yeah, this is usually a good spot to hit him a few times. No, come on. I fucking hate you. This one's the worst because you have to keep up with him. Oh. Thank you. Alright. Now we get the rocket nozzle, and then, what is it? The two Chain Chomp ones. What's Pianta Village 2? Is Chain Chomp something is number 2? I don't remember. I feel like it's annoying. Pianta Village 3 is under... What is... I don't even remember, man. And that's bad, because we did it like 2 streams ago of this game, and I don't even remember. I wish there was a Pokemon game that I could play quickly in like one session that I wouldn't feel bad about like skipping 90% of the stuff in. Trust me, it's not as likely as you think. Get the fuck up. What? Yeah, he does the thing like if you cut him off, he goes backwards. But that doesn't really apply in Noki Bay because there's only one way to go. You can't fly. Thank you. The reason why I like to save this for last, I mean, besides the fact you unlock it last, is that you kind of need to... Oh, damn it. You kind of have to do Pianta Village all at once. Otherwise, you have to go back and get the rocket nozzle every time you want to get into it. Alright, Pianta Village 1 is the 3 mini chain chomps. I think Pianta Village 4 is the one with the big chain chomp. I don't remember what 2 is, though, so that's going to be fun. 6 is saving all the people. 5 is the secret of the underside. 3 is the Goopy Inferno. What is Pianta Village 2? And why can I not remember this, like, at all? Oh, he almost went in. That was some good shit. Wait, did he go in? Oh, fuck, I messed it up completely. Oops. Okay, you can do this. See, this is kind of like shit. This is kind of like bad luck because you kind of want to get them before they like start doing stuff like rounding corners. So I kind of want them to chase me a little bit. I just wish it was easier to grab the chain. Look at that. Let's see if I could do a 360 wall shot. I don't think I can. Hey, look, this isn't too bad. I might not be able to pull him the way I need to because of this stuff right here. Alright, cool. Wait. Yeah. What? There's supposed to be 3 in here. Did I land 2 of them right on top of each other? Yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't know. There's supposed to be... Yeah, see, there's both of those are on the exact same spot. That's kind of unique. Man, I love this game. The shit you learn every time, man, playing this game is really fun. Alright, moving on. That's so crazy. I landed both of them on top of each other. Unless one disappeared. Because they're supposed to be all 3 of them be visible in there. Alright, what is Pianta Village 2? And why can I not... Oh, no, it's Pianissimo. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what this is. I completely forgot. I'm like, it has to be one of the daytime missions. Can't be the fluff. It can't be Pianta's in trouble. And what's number 4 again? The big Pianta, or the big chain chomp. Here he is. This is his hardest one. It's actually kind of impossible to beat this one a little bit. Because what happens is that when you beat these levels, he mimics your movement. I'm not sure how perfectly because he doesn't have a water pump. But basically what happens is he starts to mimic your movement every time you come back to the stage. So this is like a loose time trial, basically. Which is one of the things I don't really like about this one too much. I suppose maybe I underestimated a small bit. Like, oh, it looks like I'm talking to her. So it gets harder to beat these levels because he mimics what you did to beat him the first time, which is why they're not really super replayable without doing New Game. Because there's no New Game Plus in this game. Which would kind of be cool, though, in fairness. Alright, this is Goopy Inferno. It's the only level you lose Flood upon entering. We're gonna do whatever the hell I did last time, because that worked really, really well. That was like painless. This is another level I like that there's multiple ways of doing it. That's a very pale Pianta. I think it was this, right? I actually need to, like, experiment with this level. And after this, we go up, and then we can, like, walk along the edge or some shit. So I'm gonna fall in, because I didn't do it last time, so I'll do it this time. Either that or I'm gonna get hit by this piece of shit. One or the other. Yeah, okay. Sometimes they just flat out ignore you, so that's kind of nice. Oh, Christ. Yeah, see? I need to like get all the way over there. Got it. This is the most painless strategy I've ever found for this level. And no, I don't think this is what they intend for you to do, because they intend for you to come from under there and walk your way across. That's the intended way they want you to do this level. Oh, crap. Alright, cool. You only have to rescue the village chief. Everyone else can go to hell. That is actually, like, the most reliable strategy I've ever found for this level. Outside of some, like, weird, like, platforming you'd probably be able to do, like, from over there. You see that little patch right there where the burning mushroom is? There's got to be other ways to do this level, too, which is my favorite part about it. That there's so much crazy stuff that you could do with it. You might just be able to jump from the grass over there. That'd be worth looking into one day, just to see, like, what cool stuff you could do with it. Alright, we gotta do the big chain chomp. Which, sometimes it's a little hard, because you have to drag him. Boy. Okay, let's do it. Look, can't you just pick it up? Yeah, so you actually kind of want him to drag you. I don't think there's a faster way to do this. I mean, you could cool him down, but, you know. Alright, if he goes straight on this next portion... Hey, look, this level's super easy. I don't know if he has to go that way every time, but you could just pull him in that way. They give you way more time before he heats up again, which is kind of nice. All right, we'll save it. What is it, 49? That was episode 4, so I think this game does end on 50 because you get one at the plaza, or at the airstrip rather, which just is basically the plaza. Let's be fair here; they both count as the plaza. All right, what does Yoshi want again? I think it varies in this level. Bananas, I think. That was actually a good one. It's not what I wanted, but it was in the... Gee, dude, I can't do any jumps anymore. What? Had me worried for a second. I'd broken my controller trying to do that. Alright, cool. Oh no, I almost walked off. That would have been bad. Maybe you don't have fall damage when you're on Yoshi. I think there's another one. I probably... I don't think I need it. I'm gonna be a little ballsy here. I don't think I need multiple one-ups for this. This one is kind of guesswork, though. It's actually a one-up right here, actually. I didn't approach this at the right angle. That's how ridiculously anal this is. Like, you have to be basically at perfect angles for some of this. I'm a truckster. You actually want the little guy here because he throws more. He throws fast, or harder rather. All right. Higher, higher. All right. Gotta get this just perfect, which is why I hate this level so much. I didn't do it. I did. Wow. I had to go off. I had to adjust. That was good. That was great. Oh man, that was awesome. That was actually perfect. Wow. I was just out of range to talk to him, so I had to take a step over and adjust on the fly. Now I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. That was crazy. I like that. Scared the shit out of me though, but close enough. What is it? Pianta's in need. This is actually it. We'll be done in like 15 minutes, maybe. Because I'm not getting anything out of Corona, so... Please. 10 villagers, help. So this is the super cleaning simulator. I go, need sleep and Tom's gonna die. No problem, we're almost done anyway. You're not gonna miss too much. Thank you for stopping by. You, Graphic, and Snowman, as usual, I always appreciate it. Alright, come on. I don't think they can fall back in once they've been cleaned. I feel like there's one in the back of the village, too. Yeah. Just to screw you over if you're only staying up front. Yep. It's not like this is meant to be like a super hard level anyway. Alright, cool. Now I go back and talk. That's it, we just do Shadow Mario and the thing. Dude, come on. Stop doing figure eights. Talk to me. I had a harder time talking to him than saving them. Alright, that's cool. Hopefully we do Shadow Mario in the village, like, really quickly. Yeah, so 50 is the minimum, and then you get the other 70 from... I mean, let's be fair, what is it, 24 from, coins? There's another, like, 7 just from doing other stuff. How do we get to a total of 120? That's what's really crazy to me. I mean, I guess you only need to get that 1 from Delfino, which means there's 19 from Delfino that you don't get. Or, no, there's more than 19, I'm pretty sure, right? Because you get the what is it, 24, and then whatever, 40 minus 24, it's 16, actually. Yeah, like, that's what I mean, like, where do all the extra ones come from? I think, because also we're missing a total of, like, 4 from each area, because we're not getting the 100 coin, we, oh, shit. We're not getting the 100 coin, we're not getting either of the bonus shines in every level, and we're also not getting the 8th star either. See, I guess that adds up really quickly, doesn't it? Between, what, 7 levels? 7 times 4 is 28, plus, like, 15 from Delfino is, like, 43, plus, like, another, what, 24? It's a lot. Yeah, I could see how that adds up really quickly. It's really, like finingly numbers, though, you know? You wouldn't really think it. Like, at all. Alright, here we go. Yeah, the dive is a pretty cool animation. I think they just spawn you over here. What if you could enter Serena Beach? Probably. Oh, he hurts you. I didn't even know that. Wow. I genuinely did not think that he would hurt you. You have to get really low to those flames to have them hurt you. They're mostly for show, actually, so... I'll take the one up here just in case. Shouldn't really need it. It's mostly as a Bowser precaution. try to do this. That's not what I wanted at all, but it'll work out, I guess. Oops. Damn, I almost had it. Fuck. I definitely don't want to have to go back down and get more water, but... Okay, I got it. Oh, 1-ups give you full water? This is the shit I never figure out. Oh, great. You never really notice it too. 1-ups give you full water. I feel like most of the times I get 1-ups is just actually me at the start of a stage or in Delfino Plaza. So it's like, who really cares, you know?
You again? Don't you ever give up?
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
This would be easier with the hover nozzle. Why did I go right first? I don't think I've ever done this going right. This is like Southpaw. Ugh. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did any of this at all. I can't recover. I'm done. I was perfectly fine and I stepped in the fucking water, the aloe vera water, and basically screwed myself. Always with this. Alright, come on. Thank you. Never explain why Bowser has to be big in this either. Bowser is not much bigger than Mario. Just sometimes he just gets to be super big. He's a big guy, what can I say? What? How'd I get a 1-up? Was it the blue bullet bill? Yeah, like, as much as I'd love to chill and hang, I'm not doing that in this. It's honestly just better to just try to beat the game. I mean, obviously, if you're out of lives, then yeah, sure, but... No, come on, asshole. Thank you. No, please, let me recover. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is legitimately the bare minimum. You actually can't beat the game with less than this. I mean, 70 stars is what, to beat Mario 64? So 50 is actually, like, less, by far. Unless you do the backwards long jump bullshit.
Mario,
think Mario's ever met Egad. No, he did in Superstar Saga. But isn't Superstar Saga supposed to be like a play anyway? They need to stop doing that with Mario games. Every Mario game is like some kind of theatric. Mario Bros. 3 is like a theatric. And Paper Mario Bowser Door is also like a play, basically.
Junior, I've got something.
Alright, I'm not playing this again for a long while, so I'm done now.
I know. Someday, I'm bigger. I wanna fight that Mario again.
That's my boy. Well put, son.
The Royal Koopa line is as strong as ever.
Now, let's just rest.
That's a nice voice for Bowser. When he's not, like, only growling at stuff. Or, unfortunately, you can't skip any of this. Not that there's many cutscenes in this game to begin with.
The vacation starts now.
I'm still mad I died on that Noki level. Twice! Once because of a failed wall jump, the other one because I slid off 2 platforms back to back. I kind of wish we would get like a Metroid Prime with full-on controls. I think that would be kind of cool. The one thing I don't ever do is I don't ever like actually watch like the whole game, because technically the demo cutscene that plays when you don't do anything and you boot up the game is actually part of the story. Like them flying in and landing in a, what's it called? Them flying in and landing in a Delfino Plaza. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, ultimately, I'm just gonna delete this save data in like a couple months when I do this again. But I like, at least like that I have right after getting out of the jail, so that way I don't have to actually like, you know, play the landing strip again and again and again. Because as much as I like it and I think it's a cool area, it's definitely not something you want to sit through over and over again, because that has like at least 2 or 3 cutscenes in it. Even though it has like the cool cutscene where it plays all the old Mario games and stuff, you know, I just think it's cooler just to be able to get right to what you want to get to. Maybe someday. Yeah, you get the ominous ending. Piantissimo finds the paintbrush. Does he ever do anything with it? No. Legitimately, like, some non-canon shit. No one cares. It doesn't actually happen. Oh, you do actually get one for beating the game. Okay, now that I didn't know. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for that. I'm going to clock out now because I'm going to go do other stuff. I have other stuff that I had been meaning to do for the last couple of hours, and I took a nap today, which kind of put me behind. But in any event, that's the stream. I had a fun time. I always have a fun time playing this game because it's one of my favorite games. So in any event, take it easy. Have a good one. I'm leaving. Peace. It's always good to beat this game in 3 hours. I more or less beat it under 3 hours. I don't know how much you want to count the ending cutscenes. The only thing I could do is I could just not die. That would be like one thing to actually do, is to not die in any of the levels. What was it? It was Bianca Hills. Which one was it? I don't even remember. Oh well, it was less than I did like 3 years ago for sure. But that's because most of this game is still kind of fresh in my memory a little bit. But in any event, big ups to you. Take it easy. You know who you are. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, I'll see you on the next stream. I'm definitely playing Metroid Fusion soon, though. Metroid Fusion might actually be a longer game than this, actually. Because it's a little more... well, Metroid Fusion is completely linear. At least this game lets you decide what you want to do when. Anyway, That's all I have to say.
I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it.
And I want to die too. Oh, yes. I want to die.
Whatever you're talking about, I don't care.
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah!